Oh, didn't see you there. What's up? I'm Amplifi. I make music. Mom says I'm good. This is a video breaking down a song I made called Priorities. This song is my latest and greatest. You should stream it on every single streaming platform there is. Buy merch. Buy merch. This is my first YouTube video in a minute, so bear with me. You should check it out if you haven't already, because otherwise, what's the point in even watching this video, you know? Or watch it after, and then you'll have a newfound appreciation for the song. So what I want to do is just launch straight in. I'm just going to break down the vocals today. If you'd like to hear a breakdown on the production and maybe like about anything else, let me know in the comments. We have 4 vocal tracks going into a vocal bus, and then that bus goes to the master. And then what we have are our discrete vocal tracks are actually going to these sends. So we have a reverb send, delay send, and a throw send. The throw is another reverb send, but instead of it being like a constant reverb, this one is just for like a reverb throw. You can see this automation clip triggers the reverb throw. It's the amount that the vocals are sending. So if we go to channel settings, I've actually got set the set for all the vocal tracks. So it's launching with inflation. Let's turn that off. So we've got like 4 vocal tracks. So we have 2 mains and 2 like harmony tracks. The most important thing before we even talk about any processing. So let's talk about microphones for a brief moment. I have this microphone here. It's the Lewitt LCT240 Pro. It's a large diaphragm condenser microphone. Great for vocals, really good at picking up all like the nuance and everything. For this song, because usually when I'm recording with a microphone like this, I've only recently gotten this one, but the principle applies to any large cap condenser. I sit in my chair, headphones on, I spit, I rap, I do whatever. For this song, I wanted to be a lot more performative. When I wrote the song, I was practicing because I had some gigs coming up and I wanted to practice. And especially for a new song, I want to just like get that locked in, get all the lyrics in my head so I don't forget them. I record all my practice sessions, and when I was listening back, I was like, this sounds way cooler than what I originally recorded. I'll show you what I originally recorded.
Making me need longer arms for the money spread. I could rock your world in 2 minutes on a cardboard bed. Got Olympic abilities, each girl thinks I'm special.
So what I recorded that original demo on was a microphone that was similar to this. It's actually what this microphone is based off of. The Shure SM58. This is a Behringer clone. And then last Christmas, Santa got me this. The GOAT, shout out Santa. And this microphone, really cool because it has this button called mic control. And when you press it, it interfaces with pedals by the same company and turns on my pitch correction in this case, which is really, really cool. That's why I got this microphone. I noticed when I perform my songs, they sound a lot better than when I record them at home. And that's why I've re-recorded some stuff and I'm working on releasing those. So what I wanted for this song to sound really good fresh out of the gate. And that's why I decided to record with this dynamic microphone, which you wouldn't typically use for vocals in a studio environment just because this is more suited for live purposes. A large cap condenser captures a lot more detail and everything, but I really want to be performative. So I did is I plugged this in with like a 3-meter cable. I stood all the way back here in my room and I played the audio on my speakers because the polar pattern, which is like where in relation in physical space to the microphone, where does it pick up the sound? So this is cardioid, which means coming out the front, it picks up the most, and then it has really good rear rejection, and then picks less and less as we come to the sides. It's kind of like this heart shape. And this is hypercardioid, so it's playing audio at the speakers, which if I was doing it with this, you'd pick it up really well, and that's not what you want. So that way I was able to like perform the song. And then what I did to make up for the sound of it is I did a lot of processing to make it sound like a much higher fidelity microphone. That's what I recorded on, and it's very important. Get a good recording and it'll mix itself, in the sense that I didn't need to do a whole lot of correction. A lot of the mixing I did is very stylistic. It's very choice. So I've done enough yapping. So here are the vocals in context with the track.
Amplify. Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread. I could rock your world in 2 minutes on a cardboard bed. Got Olympic abilities, each girl thinks I'm special. I could tell you what she did to me, but that's just confidential. I don't overdose, nah, fuck with shit responsibly. My idea.
My camera is falling over, so hopefully it stays where it is. We've got 4 vocal tracks, and they're going to a bus, and then each track independently is going to a reverb send, a delay send, then a reverb throw send. So this one only kicks in at certain points, and just stops the track from being a bit too static sounding. So we'll start with the main L track.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread. I could rock your world in 2 minutes on a cardboard bed. Got Olympic abilities, each girl thinks I'm special. I could tell you what she did to me, but that's just confidential.
Without any of the processing, this is what it sounds like.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread. I could rock your world in 2 minutes on a cardboard bed.
So the key things to point out are it's very breathy, there's a lot of low end, and that's because I didn't use any sort of pop filter or anything, any foam on the microphone. So you can see the waveform looks like really breathy, dynamics are all over the place. You have auto-tune, which doesn't kick in until the chorus, and I have, so first thing is a compressor. This just very lazy set and forget. It catches all the peaks and just brings everything all the way down.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread. I could rock your world into.
And typically what you do with the vocal is you put your EQ before the compressor, and that means because you have a lot of these like breaths and lower frequency content that you're going to cut out anyway. When that's too loud and predominant, the compressor kicks in, then it can add this pumping sound that you wouldn't really want. But for this, I want it to sound very, very DIY. I have the EQ, the corrective EQ after the fact, just getting rid of the really low frequency content that we don't actually want.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread. I could rock your world.
We have a de-esser, which self-explanatory, just to get rid of these sounds. Then after that we have fresh air, and fresh air I add after the de-esser because the dynamic microphone doesn't have a lot of high end, especially in comparison to a microphone like this. I wanted to add fresh air, which adds extra mid, high, and like high content. Then adding a de-esser after the fact is backwards because de-esser gets rid of the high frequency content you don't want, and fresh air adds high frequency content you do want, because fresh air isn't just an EQ, it's like an exciter, so it's actually generating frequency content. Very important, because without it, it sounds very dry and flat.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread. I could rock your world.
Makes it a bit more exciting sounding. OTT, which is a compressor, so without OTT it sounds like this.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread.
And then width.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread.
You know, it sounds way more upfront. Is my fucking camera cutting out? What the hell, bro? Right, so my camera seems to have broken, so we're just gonna continue on without it. Next we have, so that was OTT. Next we have a soft clipper. So the soft clipper is it's bringing really high amplitude content and it's tapering it off and saturating it. So it helps control our like really high peaks that we haven't actually taken care of with the compressor. It's then adding a bit of saturation, which is really nice in this track because everything is upfront, distorted, in your face. After that we have Bit Crusher, and it's not actually doing a whole lot of anything because we're only bringing it down to 12 bits, and we're working at 24 kilohertz, which is our Nyquist frequency, because our sample rate here is 48k. That is then the main left take. The main right take has pretty much the exact same processing. There's a lot more fresh air actually in this one. So if we play it without any processing.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread. I could rock your world in 2 minutes on a cardboard bed. Got Olympic abilities, each girl thinks I'm special. I could tell you what she did to me, but that's just confidential. I don't overdose, nah, fuck with shit responsibly.
So you can actually hear in the background of this one, the instrumental is playing that I'm performing to. It's quiet enough and it's in phase. So you know, it's like fresh air, it's cranked. The OTT settings are roughly the same. Everything is about the same. The big difference is fresh air. And the vocal performance is quite different. I think it required extra and different processing. So we played the two of these together.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread. I could rock your world in 2 minutes on a cardboard bed.
So they're kind of harmonizing with each other, and I think it sounds really, really cool. So after that, we have our two harmony tracks, which together sound really, really cool.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread.
So the big difference with these ones is that they're panned a bit more, but they have a flanger. So without the flanger, they're less interesting. So I'm doing kind of voices in this one.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread. I could rock your world in 2 minutes on a cardboard bed. Got Olympic abilities, each girl thinks I'm special.
So that and the processing sounds like this.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread.
Nothing crazy, like we've more fresh air, still less than that like other take I showed you. We do have auto-tune, which you're not going to notice in use in the verses just because it's spoken for the most part. And like soft clipper, like everything is about the same. It's just this flanger, which I never really use a flanger.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread.
And I just dialed in the settings until I liked how it sounded. So same with the right, but the take is different in this case.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread.
So this one, the auto-tune you can hear just because of how it's articulated and everything. We just have fresh air, there's even less on this one. This one just happens to be brighter take.
Inflation making me need longer arms.
You can hear it's very breathy.
Inflation.
So it's really important that we have a bit more filtering going on this one.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread. I could rock a world.
And I think the flanger settings are about the same. Then all these takes, if I play them without processing.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread. I could rock your world in 2 minutes on a cardboard bed.
If you ignore the fact that it kind of sounds like buns, in terms of mixing, the performance is actually cool, it's interesting. And then we play it with processing, it's very interesting.
Inflation making me need longer arms for the money spread. I could rock your world in 2 minutes on a cardboard bed.
And we're leaving all the breaths in, all the mouth noises, everything, because it's kind of abrasive, but it keeps everything very sonically interesting. We're going to a vocal bus, which has Oxford inflator, and it's basically like a couple wave shapers stacked on top of each other is what I've heard the explanation as. The important thing is it makes things sound better. That's it, that's the important part. All these vocal tracks go to that bus, but they also independently go to these reverb and delays. So our reverb send is vintage verb. It's very difficult to find a time where I don't want to use it. I say that and I'm going to contradict myself in a couple seconds, because on this reverb throw I've got fruity reverb. We've OTT, we've compression after this reverb throw, which typically you don't want, but again, we're kind of going for off the wall, all over the place vocals. And then a bit crusher. This is like an emulation of, I think it's an Akai sampler, I could be wrong. It's like 12-bit sampler, and that's why the bit crushers earlier on are 12-bit. We're just simulating the detune on it. Sounds really, really cool, and it's this really nice aliasing going on. That, and then our delay. We have this like kind of slap back delay. That's the vocal processing for the verse. Then we have our chorus where our auto-tune kicks in, and it sounds like this.
What are your priorities? You try to make a triangle, but the shit's fucking isosceles.
Solo these.
What are your priorities? You try to make a triangle, but the shit's fucking isosceles. What are your priorities? You try to make a triangle, but the shit's fucking isosceles.
And again, you can hear the background, the instrumental in the background of all of these, which, again, strictly I shouldn't have done. The takes sound good, and that's all I care about.
What are your priorities? Try to make a triangle, but the shit's fucking isosceles.
And even the important thing is the vocals aren't properly like aligned. The timing's a bit loose on them, but it's kind of like when you double track guitar, it makes it sound very stereo, it makes it sound very wide. Given most of the production elements are mono or they're quite tight in the stereo image. Then we have our harmony tracks, which sound really cool in the kind of background.
What are your priorities? You trying to make a triangle, but the shit's fucking isosceles.
So it's kind of like a low and high harmony. So what we're going to do is play the chorus dry. It's going to sound like dookie.
What are your priorities? You trying to make a triangle, but the shit's fucking isosceles.
It shows you how dark the microphone sounds. There's like no high end at all. And then when we turn on all our effects.
What are your priorities? You try to make a triangle, but the shit's fucking isosceles.
Then I suppose you have this reverse reverb that I recorded. Nothing too special. It's exactly what you think it is. So the trick for something like that is, you record the first syllable of the vocal you want to lead into, and then I think I might just use the throw reverb, but then what you do is just put reverb on, you export it. So what we can do is click reverse, and this is what it sounds like. So you can hear it's the inflit, which is the very first syllable, and you just reverse it. And then what I have is the audio cuts out because the track we're going to is going to all these reverbs, so we turn these off. We'll just listen to the reverse reverb track dry, and just cuts out, which in the mix doesn't sound very good.
Amplify.
Sounds really boring. So then when we send it to all these reverb tracks, it blends into the mix.
Amplify. Inflation making me need longer.
And that is Priorities, which you should stream on all streaming platforms. I would like pull a funny face or something, but again, my camera is totally fucked. So yeah, thank you so much, and peace out. I'll play the full track through just for the crack.
making me need longer arms for the money spread. I could rock your world in 2 minutes on a cardboard bed. Got Olympic abilities, each girl thinks I'm special. I can tell you what she did to me, but that's just confidential. Oh, I don't overdose, nah, fuck with shit responsibly. My idea of a fun night ain't is shaving arteries, baggy jeans at the black tie party. I don't give a fuck, she shaved it but left the stash. What are your priorities? What are your priorities? You try to make a triangle, but the shit's fucking isosceles. What are your priorities? Can return the faulty product cause we're out of fucking party. What are your priorities? I'm stopped to be friends, but you made a million enemies. What are your priorities? Cigarettes and chamomile like we start a fucking remedy. You say you wish the gods will come up and fucking flirt with you. What the fuck is making you say that? Bitch, I'm right next to you. Think you've had one too many, but you don't even drink. Got you holding my hair up while I'm filling up the same. Fuck, making twisted tea out of these bitter fucking lemons. 2 actresses to death, made a modest and a tenant. All cannot lie, like I should've learned my lesson. Took you back, cause I thought you had pure intentions. What are your priorities? I feel like a fool for being mature, trying to amicably. What are your priorities? You got crazy karma cause you're the one who lied to me. What are your priorities? Try to have an easy make, now you're crying in your sleep. What are your priorities? You're a little behaving like a kid, like what did you see?
Shanae, thanks so much for watching, and buy the vocal preset. I'm gonna sell this. Buy it, help me afford my next beer.